Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good afternoon. As promised, I said I was going to come back, so I'm back. So I looked into this Bumble humbling experience, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. Hopefully you are having a lovely day. I'm having a lovely day. I got a good workout in. So the Bumble ad, let's talk about it. Woo. If you missed it, which, how could you miss this? How could you miss this? This was like a really big deal. This is a big deal. You want to know why this was such a big deal? Results of women standing strong in their womanhood when our rights were taken away during the Roe versus Wade situation. So I feel like the Bumble ad is like the result of us taking a stand, sticking to it, being sexually disciplined. I like it. I could get with this. I could actually get with this more than I could get with the 4B West, because that was my whole issue. It was like, I thought we were already doing that after the Roe versus Wade overturned, but that was a little confused. But then this popped up and I was like, oh, these are the results. These are the results for the girls that really took the Roe versus Wade overturn very seriously. So I was excited to see this. I was very excited to see this. I was very proud too. And then not only that, the girls ate down. The girls that were out here responding ate down. So we have to go over how the girls responded, because the girls definitely ate. I was reading some of the tweets and I was like, the girls was going in. Okay. So if you did not know, Bumble not that long ago dropped a controversial ad poking fun at celibacy, abstinence, and they had to issue an apology. So they released this ad. This is what it looks like. They also used, I'm just going to say, a woman of color to promote this ad. You know full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. I'm trying to, I was actually shocked by this because it's very tone deaf, especially when it comes to women's rights and the things that we are currently shifting through within our womanhood in modern times. It's tone deaf. It was very tone deaf. And what woman did they have at the round table when they came up with this? What woman was sitting at that round table and was like, yes, let's go with this? I want to know. So there's this tweet and I really liked it. She said, Cindy, I follow her on, is it TikTok? I think I follow her on TikTok. I think this is the same Cindy. But she's saying, I'm going to make a video on it. Yeah. But Bundle doing a campaign attempting to shame celibacy, abstinence is an unserious way to tell the public y'all are nervous. It's also a very offensive way to tell your female customers that you're profiting off of their legs being open. And you know what? I never thought about it like that. See, I haven't been on a dating app in years. It's been years. I don't do dating apps. I don't do dating apps, and I don't date off of social media. I don't care to be meeting people off an app. I care to meet people organically, like how they used to back in the day. So I don't even care to be on dating apps. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I was on a dating app. I can't remember the last time I went on a date that was from a dating app, because I've told y'all that I feel like dating apps, it's dumpster diving. You meet crazies on the dating apps. So I just prefer to meet people face to face. And, you know, another thing that this woman was saying too down below, she was saying how, and to take it there, using a Black woman's face and AAVE on a billboard to say, you know, full well celibacy is not the answer when reproductive rights have been stripped, and when lack of access to reproductive rights disproportionately impacts Black women is a choice. So yeah, it was just really, this is some nasty work. This is some nasty work. A lot of microaggression, in my opinion, too, because it was just the way that it was done. And it was very much tone deaf because, hello, I mean, the main reason a lot of us took on that abstinence celibacy journey was because of the Roe versus Wade overturn. It was very serious for a lot of us. I know Cindy, she's that girl. She ate down. She definitely ate down with this response. I was like, dang. She always eat though. Then this other woman too, she was like, I was literally about to rejoin and give you my money till I saw your celibacy advertisement. I won't be supporting a company that encourages great culture. Also, you can't date while being celibate, so it makes no sense. Anyway, so she was saying like, and that's what I didn't understand was, why are they pushing sex when there are women out here that are dating celibate? I date all the time celibate. I don't understand why they're trying to make it seem like dating culture is really sex culture, like casual sex culture. That is, Bumble needs to get very clear on their message, because it's very confusing what they're trying to push. Are you trying to push people actually finding each other and finding love, or is this just a sex app? And I really feel like a lot of these dating apps are just sex apps, which is why I'm not on them. Also, like she said, also you can date while being celibate, so it makes no sense. Anyway, you're enforcing male entitlement to our bodies. That's what I'm not understanding. I was very confused by that. So we can't date on dating apps and not have sex. That's why I feel like this round table that cleared this advertisement, it had to be all male. That's the only way it makes sense. Because what? It's given, a man wrote that. A man came up with this. Oh, because they know their main consumers, men, do not want celibacy, so they're going to cater to them. This is why I'm not on the apps, y'all. This is exactly why I am not on the apps. I have not been on the apps in years. I don't even care that I'm single. I refuse to put myself out there on these weird dating apps and then go on a weird date. And then sex is expected. So is Bumble upholding this expectation that if we go on a date with a guy, like we have to give it up? I know these responses, they eating, right? They are really eating. And then this other woman, she was like shocked by the Bumble ad saying a vow for celibacy is not the answer. In a world fighting for respect and autonomy over our bodies, it's appalling to see a dating platform undermine women's choices. Wasn't this app supposed to empower women to date on their terms? 8. Okay, the girls was 18. That was a good one too. That was a good one. I had to pull some good ones. And then somebody also said Bumble is mad women aren't dating anymore. So who's not dating? Can you put a 1 in the chat? Did anyone just give up on dating altogether? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you gave up dating? Did you give up dating? Y'all really gave up. Can y'all tell me why? Why'd you give up? Why'd you give up on dating? I can't say that I've given up on dating. I'm just living my life. You know what I mean? I'm not putting in any effort to put myself out there though either. So I don't know. I don't know where that puts me on the spectrum there. But yeah, I just don't care. I don't want to miss out on my life. And I feel like dating really takes a lot out of you. And I just don't want to put too much focus, too much effort into it. And I feel like in the past, I put a lot of effort, focus into dating. And now I just don't care to do so. So if I meet you outside and you come in with something that to me, I feel is substantial, I don't even maybe I'll be open to it, but to be honest, I'm just not putting my focus in it anymore because it's draining. I'm not happy when I date. I'm not. I'm not happy when I date. And that's another thing is sometimes we as women, we do things because people feel like we should. But then it's like, are you happy when doing it? And I came to the realization that I wasn't happy when I dated. I was miserable. I hated it. And then I was also getting anxiety before dates. So honestly, I just don't care. Oh, and I refuse to be set up, hooked up with somebody. I can't do it. I can't do it. So y'all have given up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in that headspace anymore. I'm kind of like on some eat, love, pray, solo travel type stuff. I'm just not there anymore. Dating is like a full-time job. It's depressing. It's interview after interview. Like at the beginning of this year, I went on 8 first dates. None of them worked out. And it's just like, ugh. I'm good. So I'm just about to go out here and just continue to live my life and have fun. That's what I'm really focused on. I'm more focused on having fun and making sure that I'm happy and that if I die tomorrow, I can say I lived a good life instead of waiting for a date. So that's where I'm at. I do wish the girls well on their dating success. I do, because it's a full-time job. And if you're young, I feel like you should date because you need the experience. You learn more about yourself when you do. You learn more about what you like, what you don't like. So if you're young, I feel like you should still give dating a try to learn more about yourself. But where I'm at in life at 32 years old, I really could care less. That is where I'm at. I'm celibate because I don't take birth control. I'm not trying to be a single mother. And I don't even know if I really want kids like that. So I'm just not having sex for those reasons. And when the Roe versus Wade situation overturn happened, I really became uninterested in casual sex. So that's where I'm at with life. Not the sex is horrible. I told y'all about my situation. You want to know what really took me out the game? It was like God was speaking to me. So first it was the Roe versus Wade situation, right? God was speaking to me. Then my niece was born and I saw that whole baby mama, baby daddy dynamic. And I was like, ooh, that can't be for me. And then the last one was the woodpecker. The woodpecker. I had a woodpecker. I had a man go down on me and he was doing this. And it hurt really bad. And I was like, you ever just be like laying there like, what is this man doing? Is he serious? Is this a joke? Am I being punked? Ashton, are you coming out the closet? Like, what's going on? Because that's what really did it for me, y'all. Bad sex is gonna really do it for you. Bad sex is gonna do it for you every single time. So I was just like, damn, it's not my season. This is, girl, I had to wrap it up, pack it up after that. The woodpecker, I will never forget it. That was a traumatizing experience for me. Somebody like doing this and it hurts. How you hurting me with your tongue? How? I didn't even know you could hurt somebody. Y'all, very violent. I wouldn't recommend. So I was just like, you know what? That's it. I've been closed up ever since. So I was appalled. I couldn't believe that, man. I was like, how many women have you done this to? And he's too old for that. He's too old for that. So yeah, the woodpecker, it was the Roe versus Wade overturn. Then it was my niece, and I was able to see an up close and personal view of the baby mama, baby daddy dynamic. Not for me. And then the woodpecker, and after that, I was really done. And it was crazy because I had bomb amazing sex all the way up until that experience. And I was like, oh my God, when bad sex is bad, it's bad. When it's bad, it's bad. It's bad. I've never even had mediocre. It was like extremely good or bad. That's been my experience. And when sex is bad, it makes you not want to ever do it again. Like it's bad. It was bad. So yeah, I've just been kind of cool on it. Another thing that I look forward to is men who watch a lot of porn. Men who watch a lot of corn, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. I have red flags when it comes to intimacy. Men who watch a lot of porn, men who also are overly infatuated with my ass, men who are overly infatuated with a particular position in the bedroom. And another red flag that I have too, and these are questions I ask. Men that are overly infatuated with having sex fast, intimacy fast, and everything like that. It's all a red flag for me. So yeah, I've been celibate for 3 years, very much happy. This is probably the happiest I've ever been in my life. Everyone keeps saying, Yoni, you're glowing. It's celibacy. It's celibacy. You know full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. It's been the answer for me. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I feel energized. I feel motivated. I feel driven. I feel creative. I'm happy. I'm emotionally stable. I don't like, it's not the answer. It's been the answer for me. And then also when I'm out here and I do go on a date, I date with a clear head, with a clear mind. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. So I don't know. I feel like it's the answer for me. I don't know about other people. Now, I still put myself out here, and yes, I get hit on, and yeah, I get asked and things, but a lot of these men don't be worth wasting your time with. So yes, that's just been the experience, you know? Yeah. But I'm not really mad. I'm not mad because I have so much time to I have so much time on my hands to do other things. So it's like, it is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. And then let's move on. So now I'm actually proud of the girls that are out here really sticking to their celibacy abstinence journey. I feel like that was truly the only answer when it comes to all of our problems. We can sit up here and we can keep complaining about men all day. But if we spread in our legs, our cheeks, it doesn't make any sense. Your complaints don't make sense. They don't. So if you're really about it and you feel like men are this and I choose the bed, okay, well, choose that bed. That means you lay in it by yourself at night. You know what I mean? Okay, you choosing the bed, you got to choose the bed too. And you got to go in the bed by yourself. Okay, a lot of girls don't want to do that. And see, that's what I was like with the not the Roe versus Wade situation, the 4B movement West. I was just like, girl, if you ain't about it by now, you ain't about it. Because you should have been about it when they took your rights away. They took your reproductive rights away. And then you felt like, oh, we need to do the 4B West. Girl, they took your rights away. If you wasn't about it when they snatched your rights away, what's gonna do it now? Korean women doing what they do over there in Korea? That don't even make sense. They took your rights away and you was still out here doing what exactly? A lot of women don't like that, but it's the truth. I gotta call you out. Why? Because they took your rights away and you didn't stand on it. Why? That's crazy. It takes Korean women to show you to stand up for something. They took your rights away. So that's why I was mad, y'all, because I was just like, so what was y'all out here doing this whole time for the last, it's been about 3 years, right? It's been about 3 years since they took our rights away. That's when my journey started, was 3 years ago. That's why I was like, where y'all been at? But listen, I'm not going to shame. Everyone has to come to their own realizations about how the world is and everything. So welcome. When it comes to the 4B West girls, welcome to the club. But a lot of us, we've been on this because they took our rights away. And that meant a lot to us, especially a girl like myself who doesn't take birth control because it makes me fat. And it just throws off my whole body. I cannot take birth control. I can't do the morning after pill. I get swollen. My body starts to retain water. It's just really bad. It's bad. So I had no choice but to choose the celibacy life because I wasn't going to take birth control. So welcome to this side. Welcome to the side of celibacy and really being abstinent. And then also congratulations to the girls that have been doing it and you're standing strong. I'm standing with you, sis. Okay. I'm not going to log out after hours and be on some BS. Like, no, I'm really standing strong. And the honest to God reason is because I saw that baby mama, baby daddy dynamic with my niece, and it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want that for my kids. If I am to have kids in this lifetime, I do not want that for them. It is the worst thing ever. I see how pulling them from house to house, family to family, and then it's a toddler, it's a baby, and it's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot on the grandparents. It's a lot on yourself. It's a lot on the father. It's a lot on the child. It's a lot on everyone. And it's just like, because I've seen that and I've been up close, I have to be accountable and I have to want better for myself. And if I'm supposed to have kids this lifetime for my children. So the legs, they're closed. Okay. They've been closed. So let's move on to the Handmaid's Tale speech that Harrison Butker gave during a commencement speech that he made to graduates. Now, listen, I see the situation in two ways. Yes, I'm joking, or am I joking when it comes to the Handmaid's Tales? Not really, because like his speech was very eerie to me. I watched the entire speech and he had like an aggressive undertone. And I think that's another reason why people reacted in the way that they did. But also I have to keep it real. So my objective perspective, and this is coming from me, is that this is a Catholic white male giving a speech in a Catholic school. I repeat, this is a Catholic white male who gave a speech at a Catholic college. So this means that he is very much conservative, has traditional views, and what else? He has Catholic views. Now, with me considering all of that objectively, the speech was horrible. Like it was horrible. But we about to get into it. It was so bad. The reason why it was so bad, like I said, it had that aggressive undertone. It had this like dictator undertone, and I really wasn't feeling it. I'm not even a feminist. I'm not liberal. I'm just undecided because I'm a Black woman, and as soon as I put on a label, it never benefits me 100%, which is why I'm just not a label girl as a Black woman, because people see my Blackness and that's it. So I could put on this label that I'm Catholic or Christian, or I'm conservative, or I could put on all them damn labels, but at the end of the day, people they gonna see my Black ass. You get what I'm saying? So it's like all those labels don't really mean anything to me because I'm Black. I'm a Black woman at that. So when it comes to my opinion with all of this, the reason why it was so bad was because you're sitting in front of a group of women that just graduated. You are supposed to be celebrating them in this moment with this commencement speech that's supposed to set them up to be excited for their new beginning. And you diminish what they just walked across the stage and accomplished. You diminish that because of your own personal views. That's why I didn't like it. He has every right to have the views that he has, but did you not consider the women and what they just accomplished? You sit there and you diminish it at the moment that they're supposed to be celebrated. Ooh, so I see why people reacted the way that they did. And yes, I'm considering the fact that this man is Catholic. I'm considering the fact that this man is traditional, lives a traditional life, gave a commencement speech at a Catholic school. But it was weird. It was just the way that he said it, y'all. Listen, let's go. Because I watched the whole speech. Y'all know how I am. I'm big on context. And I was just like, this is like really distasteful. But I cut out the part where people were really upset. And it was, just listen to him. And listen, his tone came across red pill. His tone came across as manosphere. But just listen, because I'm like, am I hearing this correctly? But just listen.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all—
Like that was his introduction to speaking to women. Let's rewind that, because I was like, why would he start off talking to women like that? Hold on, let me go back, because I was like, diabolical lies you have been told. That's some manosphere red pill shit. That's what I heard, y'all. That's what I heard.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the—
That was very passive aggressive. That was like, be real, okay? Because some of y'all not being honest. Some of you men are not being honest. That was very passive aggressive. Because like, why would you address them like that? And then this is supposed to be a celebratory moment and you wanted to get a little passive aggressive? That's what it was, y'all. It was his tone. It was his word choice. It was how he articulated himself for me. Because I was just like, listen, I could get with the fact that this man is Catholic and he has different views, especially from mine. But I didn't like it. No. That, But let him continue. Because I was like, what? And I watched the full speech. And it was when it got to this point where I was like, oh, why would he word it like that? And then I want to know too, who read this speech and was like, yes, that's a good speech. Let's go with it. And then this is not the first time that this man has said or has made comments like this. He has done this before. He's done speeches before. This is not his first time. So I could even show you some other speeches that he has made, but for whatever reason, this one went viral. And I really, truly believe it was the undertone. It wasn't that he has this belief system. He can have this belief system. He's a conservative Catholic man. We get it. but it was kind of shisty. You know what I mean? It's like giving nice nasty. That's what it was giving. But let's continue.
The world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. And
then it was poor taste to speak for his wife and then say it truly began. Like, that was dismissive as hell. Listen, I swear to you, it is not that this man has the opinion or views that he has. It was his word choice. And I feel like the men are completely gaslighting women when it comes to this. And I just want to know, where are the Catholic women? How do you feel, sis? How do you feel? Did you feel dismissed? Did you feel like your accomplishment was diminished? And then you just got done walking across the stage. My God, like you just walked across, and then it's like on the day that you walked across the stage, he wanted to dismiss what you just accomplished and diminish it as if it's not worth anything. That you should be more proud of where your marriage and having kids, or you should. And then what else was tone deaf about this speech was, what are men not comprehending when we say things like, there are not quality men out here knocking down our doors to marry us? So why are you trying to put that accountability on women only? That's what I don't like. That is so true. Thank you for the super chat. Just to network and find a husband. Yes, that is what they do. That's culture, their culture. That is what they do. And I'm not mad at it, right? Because it keeps the wealth generating through their community. So I get the gameplay here. But for me, it was just like, celebrate them. This was a moment to celebrate them. Have y'all ever been around people where it's like finally you reach the point in your life and it's time for people to celebrate you, and instead of them actually celebrating you, they come across like some hater, jealous, envy type stuff, and they want to diminish what you just accomplished because they don't want to celebrate you? That's what it was given. It's not that this man is Catholic and he has these views. I promise you it's not. Like, this is common. This is common. And another thing that I considered too was like his commencement speech. It wasn't supposed to be a worldwide speech. It was just supposed to be for this graduate class that attended this Catholic college, right? But sir, like it went viral because I'm pretty sure the people that attended, the women that attended, were not happy with your speech. It just wasn't a good one. No, I don't think his speech is going to age well. I don't think it's going to age well either.
On this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me.
Now listen, that's what was so wishy-washy about his speech. Was he was trying to give credit to his wife, but it was the way that he did it. Like, can we rewind? That's why wordplay and word choice is so important, and how you articulate yourself is important as well. I want to know who signed off on this speech and was like, yeah, this is a go. Let's give it a green light, because he could have reworded it better to where it didn't come across offensive or passive aggressive.
Careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
And then that was another thing, was he sat up there and he spoke for all women, and then he's not educated in women's health, the issues that some women are having with the reproductive system. It's just, and then the Roe versus Wade overturn, it was just tone deaf. I mean, if you're going to speak on women in this way, don't you think you should educate yourself on women's rights, our reproductive health, and things like that? If you're going to make comments like that, it's lazy. And his speech also gave white male privilege as well. So, hold on. Let's continue though.
I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
He could have left that part out about his wife. Because in the way that he worded it, he was speaking for her. So, I can only imagine what their marriage is like. You know what I mean? Where the girls at that can read in between the lines? And then I read up, listen, because I did my research. Okay, because they out here calling this man a bigoted. He married his wife in 2018. She converted to the Catholic Church, the Catholic faith, and adapted to his Catholic values and everything. Like, she basically changed her life around for this man from after she graduated, because I believe, did he go to Memphis College? He went to some Memphis college, or she did. They went to college separately. They met when they were in middle school. They began dating as a freshman in high school. Then they graduated. They went off to college. They went to separate colleges, and then they came back, and then they ended up marrying in 2018. And I read the article. It states that she said that she didn't really convert to the Catholic faith because of him. He didn't pressure her. She was saying that she came to convert on her own terms, but he's saying that all he did was pray for her. So I don't know. I don't know what to think, but it's just the way he worded it in this speech. It's giving dictatorship in the marriage, and that's part of being a traditional man, though. That's part of when you marry a traditional man, they tend to have traditional values. So I'm considering his stance as a traditional man, a traditional white male at that, because I feel like that plays a major role in all of this. But sir, I just didn't think this was the place for all of this, but let's continue.
I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Listen, he gave her credit. He did. He got up on that stage and said that, he wouldn't be the man that he is today if it wasn't for her. So that's a positivity that we can shed a little more light on. But it's sounding like she sacrifices a lot, which is why he feels the need to dedicate to her in this way. So I don't know. There are women out here that will find this to be joyous, happy to hear that this man stood on this stage and basically gave all of his respect to his wife and honor his wife, that he wouldn't even be successful today if it wasn't without her. So listen, that could be a positive takeaway, right? We can take that away. I can take that away. I do. I feel like he really does love his wife. I do. But man, I don't know. It's not for everybody. I don't feel like this lifestyle that he's giving in his speech is for everyone, which is why some women were offended. But I can respect that he stood here and he honored his wife, because a lot of men don't. I'm just like, a lot of women that are homemakers, they're not mentioned at all when their man is out there being successful and the woman is at home being the homemaker. They don't give two shits. They too busy with their mistress. They too busy out here, parading around another woman in front of their colleagues and things like that. So listen, I can respect the fact that he at least acknowledged her during the speech. It's just a bad speech though. Are any of the Harrison's NFL buddies willing to help? Andy's, I don't know. It really depends on their relationship dynamic. There are some women that really do want to be a homemaker. So I don't know. Are there any women in the chat that felt like you fully agreed with this speech as a homemaker, or with you wanting to be a homemaker. I don't see anything wrong with wanting to be a homemaker. I know. See, that's the Brittany said, does he love his wife or love what she does for him? See, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Ooh, it's a no for y'all? It's a no? I would love for y'all to come up here and tell me why. So you want to be a homemaker, but it's you still are saying no to the speech. Okay. Do you feel like it's because it's coming from a place of how much she can tolerate? I can't do it. The reason why I can't do it is because when I'm ready to leave, I'm ready to leave. And I don't got time to be at home broke. And the only way I can get some money is I got to go through him. So that ain't going to work for me at all. I got to have my own money. Would he praise her any other time? See, that's what's so scary about the traditional man is a lot of times their praise and where they have their values is where the woman just sacrifices until she dies. That's what scares me about the traditional man. Seriously. I mean, she's just supposed to sacrifice. And then the only time that she gets any recognition is based off of how much she sacrifices. Anytime she's shown any type of love is when she has just got done sacrificing. Yeah, and then that was another thing was, and see, I feel two ways about this. So there was someone in the chat that was saying it feels like he's choosing this for all women, right? But at the same time, this is a Catholic church, so I'm assuming that the women who are Catholic are following the Catholic faith, and they're taking on everything that comes with it, which is this tends to be their views. That's how a lot of them religions are. That's why it ain't just the Catholic people, it's Christians too. Like a lot of them have that mindset. So that's why I was like, how do Catholic women feel? Because when you that's why I had to stop saying I was religious. This is why I walked away from Christianity, because I couldn't align myself fully with the religion in itself. So that's why I say I'm not religious, because this ain't gonna work for me. Ooh, her in-laws. I'm sure she has other endeavors that she does. I tried to look. See, the only thing that I heard that she does is volunteer. That's it. I didn't see that she has anything else going on outside of being a homemaker. She volunteers.
She's a primary educator to our children. She's the one who ensures I never let football or my business become a distraction from that of a husband and father. She's the person that knows me best at my core, and it is through our marriage that, Lord willing, we will both attain salvation. I say all of this to you because I have seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be when they disregard the outside noise and move closer and closer to God's will in their life. Isabel's dream of having a career might not have come true, but if you asked her today if she has any regrets on her decision, she would laugh out loud without hesitation and say, heck no.
And see, that, y'all, what is going on? This man really got up here and did this. So she had dreams of having a career at one point. And see, and then this is the thing that men are gaslighting us on. She threw her dream away for you. And see, that's the standard when it comes to being with the traditional man. That's why so many women were not having it, sir. Why do we always have to throw our dreams away to be with a man? And then you set up there and see, I have to agree with you. She said he cheated the graduates. That was their day. He should not be talking about his wife. It's about the graduates. So you sit there and this is what you tell the women that just graduated? Come on. Like the men are sitting back gaslighting. Like seriously, if you really listen to what he's saying, and that's why the way the men responded to this, and I listen to nothing but white men on this. And the reason is because, well, mainly they were the only ones that were really talking about it, but they were like conservative white males. And I wanted their opinion. And it was like they just brushed over the details that were stated in this speech at this commencement ceremony, right? Like this is all about new beginnings, and it's supposed to be a celebratory moment. And you sit up here and you tell the audience of women, because you made it a point to speak with them directly, and this is what you're telling them, and this is supposed to be what, inspiration? This is And then, like, you know, a lot of people are trying to make it about how, oh, it's because he's Catholic and leftist and liberal people just won't understand. And I was just like, I don't even think this has to do with anything about whether or not someone is conservative, if they're leftist, if they're liberal, if they're a feminist. It just wasn't appropriate, and it was tone deaf. It didn't even go like, y'all. I've listened to commencement speeches by celebrities and things like that, and it's supposed to be like motivational, inspirational. Like it's supposed to like give them life, like give them excitement, have something to look forward to towards the future, towards this new start in their life. The fact that they just reached a new milestone, how is this in alignment with that? It's not. It's not. That's why I was like, y'all, this is giving Elizabeth Butker, a medical. I saw that psychiatrist at Emory University Menship Cancer Institute. I wonder what she has to say about this. And that's a woman that's went through at least 10 years, probably 8 to 10 years of schooling. I wonder what she has to say about this. But, I'm not going to say it, but remember when I said that you can have, and I've always given the perspective that it could be your brother, it could be your father, they all going to have misogyny. I try to tell you that. Your son too. They all going to have it. They are all, I don't care what man you are out here dealing with, they're going to have misogyny. They live from an entitled place, right? So they're going to have misogyny. So even if his mother is, that level of success in society, like she has a lot of honor behind schooling and everything like that, it doesn't matter. He's a male. And it doesn't matter if it's your father, it could be your brother, it could be an uncle, it could be whatever. They all gonna have misogyny. There's no way around it. So it's not shocking that, he may have watched his mother work and have a career his entire life, but he still comes away with these views. He benefits. That's all. That he benefits.
As a man who gets a lot of praise and has been given a platform to speak to audiences like this one today, I pray that I always use my voice for God and not for myself. Everything I am saying to you is not from a place of wisdom, but rather a place of experience. I am hopeful that these words will be seen as those from a man not much older than you, who feels it is imperative that this class, this generation, and this time in our society must stop pretending that the things we see around us are normal. Heterodox ideas abound even within Catholic circles. For let's be honest, there is nothing good about playing God with having children, whether that be your ideal number or the perfect time to conceive. No matter how you spin it, there is nothing natural about Catholic birth control. It is only in the past few years that I have grown encouraged to speak more boldly and directly, because as I mentioned earlier, I have leaned into my vocation as a husband and father and as a man.
Woo, we overstepping. This is a commencement speech. This is the wrong, y'all. It's not the right audience. It's giving Handmaid's Tale, isn't it? It is. Okay, he's saying that birth control is not natural, right? Y'all, this is too much. It's not natural. But the Roe versus Wade overturn was, right? But us taking birth control is not. I mean, my God, they want us out here having, 10 kids or something? This don't seem like Handmaid's Tales to y'all. It do for me. That's why I was like, I can't get with it. Listen, I could be objective and be very understanding that this man is conservative. He's white, male, Catholic, so he comes with those views. But come on now. Birth control is not natural. So what you want us out here doing? Not having sex with our husbands? Or just having a bunch of kids that we honestly cannot afford. And he's sitting up there in privilege, draped in it. When it comes to classism, when it comes to the fact that he's white and he's male, and then he's trying to say that birth control is unnatural. He can afford to have 10 kids. Average Johnny, he can't afford to have 10 kids. You can. So, and right now, him and his wife have 2 kids. 2. So I'm assuming she's not on birth control. And then are men co-signing this? Not the men that don't want to be on child support. I know y'all not sitting up here standing 10 toes down by this man because your ass would be on child support when it comes to all these damn kids if women stop taking birth control since it's unnatural. So I was really shocked by that. I know he looks like the man from Handmaid's Tale. Girl, I thought I was tripping. He do, don't he? That's why I was like, girl, this is giving a Handmaid's Tale speech. So it's even interesting seeing how some of these men are responding. So you telling me you want to have access to women's bodies. You don't want them to take birth control because it's unnatural, but you don't want to be on child support. Is that correct? These men have lost their damn mind. That's why I told you. I said, don't put these men on a pedestal. Put yourself on a pedestal. Because you never know what's going to come out of these men's mouth. You really don't. Sometimes I be watching like Mother Day posts, birthday posts where men are honoring their wives publicly. And then you should see some of the shit that really come out of their mouth. Oh, she was there for me when I took her through this, and she was there for me when I went through a dark time, and she suffered and she sacrificed, and I love her so much. And she suffered and she sacrificed. She slaved away. She was subservient to me and what I was going through. That's all I be hearing when they be honoring their wives online. It like, ooh, you never know what's gonna come out of their mouth. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I can't get with it. So let's continue. He's saying birth control is unnatural.
To the gentleman here today, part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture. And when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in. This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation.
Y'all, I be seeing men abandon homes. They start them up, they crank up the engine, and then they leave. That's what I be seeing. Y'all be seeing that? I be seeing it. That's what I be seeing. In modern times, I be seeing men abandon the homes and then blame the woman for why they abandoned the homes. They blame postpartum. Oh, her body wasn't the same after she gave birth. I see men abandoning homes. So that's how y'all out here setting the tone. Y'all not out here setting the tone by staying in them. That was another reason why I went celibate. Been celibate for 3 years. Y'all not out here creating wives and happy homes. It's the complete opposite. That's why I was like, oh, I have to close up shop. So y'all, and this was a horrible speech for a graduation class. Like who would be excited to start a new chapter after this? Like, be for real, y'all. Be for real. If you attended this, would you be excited to have a fresh start, to have a new beginning? Oh, that's a great question, Brittany. That is a great question. This is not exciting at all. This is just not exciting at all, y'all. It's just not. This is depressing.
Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the US, and a correlation could be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better. I speak from experience as an introvert who now finds myself as an amateur public speaker and an entrepreneur, something I never thought I'd be when I received my industrial engineering degree.
His misogyny is screaming, y'all. His misogyny is screaming through the screen. So you see how he was empowering the men? This is giving red pill. Hold on.
Fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better. I speak from experience as an introvert. Dysfunction and chaos set in. This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the US, and a correlation could be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men.
Be unapologetic in your masculinity. What do you think he meant by that? Honestly, it's scary because I really don't think a lot of these men even understand what healthy masculinity is. Because there's healthy masculinity and then there's toxic masculinity. So when you say something like that, it's weird. It's dangerous. Hell, it's dangerous. It's violent. Because you may be telling the wrong man that. I don't know. This was a horrible speech. It was bad. It was bad. I watched it from beginning to end. I think the original speech was about 20 minutes. And there was nothing exciting about this speech. Absolutely nothing. Let's go back though. There was nothing exciting about this speech whatsoever. It was low-key depressing.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
In a controversial commencement speech at Benedictine College over the weekend.
And you can't tell me, you see how he spoke on women versus how he spoke on the men? And you're telling me that wasn't red pill? It was definitely red pill. Handmaid's Tale for sure.
Three-time Super Bowl champion Harrison Butker railing against everything from President Biden to Pride Month to IVF and speaking directly to the women in the audience.
Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
Invoking his own family.
I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother, that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Butker also criticizing gay rights when telling the students to take pride in their school.
Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it.
And had a message for the men.
Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men.
The NFL responding, saying Butker gave a speech in his personal capacity, and his views are not those of the league, while outrage builds online.
Not only did he disrespect career women and every woman in that audience who just got her college degree, but he disrespected his wife and stay-at-home moms everywhere.
Some pointing out the Georgia native's own mother is a physicist in the Department of Oncology at Emory. The Chiefs player also invoking a Taylor Swift lyric while criticizing priests.
Because as my teammate's girlfriend says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Swifties wasting no time responding. I dare Harrison Butker to tell Taylor Swift she has no value unless she is a wife, mother, and homemaker. While at the school, the speech got a standing ovation, and some on the internet showed their support.
Please don't pretend that the women Harrison described don't exist, because we're right here.
Some students left hurt by the experience.
There was a standing ovation from everyone in the room, except from me, my roommate, and about 10 to 15 other women. It was definitely horrible, and it definitely made graduation feel a little less special.
I knew it, y'all. And I'm assuming is Catholic because she was attending a Catholic college. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how the Catholic women were feeling because I was just like, it was low-key a slapped your ass in the face. I was like, really? So like he's really going to sit here and just diminish what they just walked across the stage and accomplished? Crazy. Crazy. That's how I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how they felt.
Harrison Butker hasn't responded to the firestorm ignited by his speech, and Benedictine College has no comment, guys.
What about the Kansas City Chiefs, Kaylee?
Yeah, so far they are not responding to this controversy. But guys, the court of public opinion is in session, and an online petition calling for Butker's dismissal from the team has nearly 90,000 signatures and counting. Look, in 2019, Butker signed a 5-year contract. It's set to expire next year in 2025. So we'll be following the story to see if his actions off the field impact his career on it, guys.
All right, Kaylee, thank you.
I would encourage folks to check out the Maria Shriver rebuttal.
Yeah.
Girl, they thinking about firing this man. They want the man fired from his job. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like what he did was just improper. But come on, if we're gonna start firing people because they have an opinion, I'm not gonna have a job then. Because that's what I do for a living. I give my opinion for a living. That's crazy. So I don't think he should be fired, but man, I think he should be at least educated on women's rights, our reproductive health. Before he go making speeches like that again, because I hope he is getting educated through this process of why some people were offended. And it's not just because he's traditional. There are plenty of women out here that would sign up for the traditional life where they are the homemaker, the man is the head of the house. There are plenty of women, but he was definitely tone deaf when it came to just women in general and the things that we go through. And that was the issue. He was very dismissive, passive aggressive, and then he wanted to empower the men. It was just weird. It said a lot about him, in my opinion. So that's what I didn't like personally.
By the way, I think that may be the best takedown, I think, if you're looking for that.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our...
Fell to a founder of Benedictine College.
Oh, come on.
Speech growing from the NFL to a founder of Benedictine College, the school where he gave the address. More people now speaking out after Butker's fire.
Why is it? Why is it doing that? This is why I wanted to show you, because this was funny.
Encouraging women to become what he says is one of the most important roles, homemaker.
Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
The NFL has said Butker doesn't represent its views, and the Chiefs have not commented. But overnight, Tavia Hunt, the wife of Chiefs chairman and CEO Clark Hunt, writing, affirming motherhood and praising your wife, as well as highlighting the sacrifice and dedication it takes to be a mother, is not bigoted. But others associated with the game have expressed outrage at Butker's comments, including the wife of a fellow NFL player.
My life didn't start when I married my husband.
And a former Chiefs cheerleader.
When you said stay in your lane 10 plus times, bruh, take your own advice.
The Los Angeles Chargers taking the opportunity to mock Butker in its schedule release video, showing the player in a kitchen in a simulated video. Well, for the Catholic community, the debate is real. Some support.
A Catholic man encouraging Catholic beliefs to Catholic students is a breath of fresh air.
But his words rubbed some Catholic students the wrong way. Mary Ocker graduated from Benedictine College in 2019. What offended you about his remarks?
It's disheartening. And all of that was boiled down to, I bet you're most excited to go out and start a family.
And now an organization that co-founded Benedictine College, writing, the Sisters of Mount St. Scholastica do not believe the comments represent the Catholic Benedictine liberal arts college that our founders envisioned. In the speech, Butker also railing against abortion, IVF, surrogacy, and LGBTQ+ rights.
Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it.
Some in the LGBTQ+ community saying his comments don't reflect everyone in the Catholic Church.
It's giving Handmaid's Tale. That's why it's giving Handmaid's Tale to me. That was it the Chargers that did that? I don't remember what NFL team they said, but I was dying. I was like, oh, they about to get it. They getting us with that one. They getting us with that. That's why I had to show y'all that part, because that was funny. Listen, the reason why I say this man just needs to be properly educated is because it's clear he has too many people around him that agrees with his views. And that's why it's important to keep people around you that can give you an opposing view or a different perspective, instead of just hanging around people that think the same and view the world the same as you. So yeah, he needs to step outside of his bubble and get educated by real people that live a different lifestyle. He lives a very privileged life. So I just feel like he should step outside of that arena and get properly educated on why some people found what he said offensive, because it ain't gonna come from his wife. It's just not.
I know from my personal experience growing up in the Catholic Church that I was very loved on and affirmed as a trans person.
Liz, tell us about the city of Kansas City. It's involved.
Yeah, that's right, Savannah. As the commencement speech was picking up heat, the official X account for Kansas City posted a reminder that Butker actually lives outside the area. They specifically mentioned the city he lives in. It was quickly deleted. The mayor of Kansas City apologizing for that message, saying it was, quote, clearly inappropriate for a public account. The Missouri Attorney General, though, is now calling it doxing and vowing to hold the city accountable. Guys.
All right, Liz, thank you.
Listen, everybody and their mama separated from this man. The Pope, the nuns, the Chiefs, the NFL. Clearly he said something wrong. So I don't know. He said something wrong, but it's given 100% handmaids. That's y'all. I was watching this speech, and even the editing that was placed over the video was real dark. And I was just like, what the hell is this? So I'm not here for it. Listen, I completely understand and respect different belief systems, and understand that certain religious groups, they follow certain dynamics within, family and everything. I get that, but it was just, I felt like this wasn't proper. It was the speech and the details within the speech and the wordplay and how he articulated himself that just came across very passive aggressive and tone deaf. And it really truly diminished the women in the audience, the graduates that walked across the stage, and that was like their time to be celebrated. That was what they were left with, and that was depressing, just watching and listening to that. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Everybody and their mama distancing themselves from that man, except for the Chiefs owner's wife. She didn't really say his name or anything, but she made an interesting post to her Instagram. Where is it at? She made an I got rid of it because I was just like, girl, let me see if I can find it. Because she was, is it Tavia? I think her name is Tavia. Here it is. I mean, she was kind of defending him a little bit, in my opinion, but when you go to her Instagram, ask me, what do you see? Like, look at this. Privileged life. Privileged life. Okay, just very privileged. It must be nice. That was what was so tone deaf about the situation for me too. It's just privilege. That's all I see. All of it. Privilege. Okay, this is the Chiefs owner, his wife, and everything. So of course she's gonna back up what this man is saying. I mean, if I lived a life like this, I probably would too. Like you could tell they take vacations in Vermont. You know what I mean? They probably ski and all type of stuff. It must be nice. Somebody says getting Stanford wife. Very cookie cutter. You know what I mean? So you know what? I'ma just mind my broke, average ass business. That's what I'm about to do. Cause I can't take them serious. Okay, I can't. This is above my tax bracket. So I'm gonna just go back to minding my damn business. It was just improper. Okay, it wasn't motivational. I didn't get excited. I wasn't excited. I was depressed. I was like, damn, because I'm 32. I don't got no kids. I ain't married. So are you saying I'm not accomplished? Let's think about that. That's all I got. I'm logging out. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what else you want to talk about. I don't have time, but I wanted to talk about Carisha unfollowing Diddy because she found out that man secretly got married to his love child that he had not that long ago. And she had to go ahead and unfollow him because she was blindsided once again by this man and what he really be up to behind her back. First it was the baby, and now it's this marriage that she knew nothing about. And so when that hit the blogs, she unfollowed him. Carisha, you took too many L's, sis. Way too many. Your career gone. The money that you was getting gone. Your Carisha Please show gone. This man done picked up and started a new life with a different woman. She about to get anything that's left of his legacy. You don't even have access to that. Gone. Sis, you did not play your cards right, sis. Yes, he ended up marrying that woman because he needed someone that was going to handle his affairs now that he's caught up with the law. You know what I'm saying? So he pulled the fast one. Yes, he married. Yes, yes. Y'all didn't know? Where have y'all been? See, I need to come back. Married. And it wasn't Carisha. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day because I got to run.